Oh my gosh, you guys. World Beyond is finally starting to pick up on its storyline. It's actually becoming kind of exciting now that the stuff is really just about to hit the fan. I mean, the fact that this small little crew is going to wipe out the Civic Republic is a bit absurd, but not necessarily impossible, just very improbable. But I'm telling you, with tonight's events that are going down, it seems like they're taking off the gloves and starting to get after it. So, we're taking a look at Season 2, Episode 7, called Blood and Lies. And I'll tell you, just that start of the episode alone, where Lyla is doing her test on a live subject, the poor guy, he's strapped up and he's telling her she's going to go to hell, for what she's doing, and she ends up cutting him off and puts this kind of chlorine-based gas substantive inside of it, and he ends up dying. But he doesn't turn. He doesn't turn for some hours, we end up finding out. Almost 8 hours, which seemed to be kind of a precedent. Almost, but he ended up turning. Now, there's a lot more that ended up going down in this episode, and furthermore, the plan just starts going to hell. And the plan always seemed a little bit half-baked, how they were going to be able to steal this vial, and, the CR will never know. Well, it finds out the CR is a little bit more tightened up than we thought. Not to forget to mention, they got those damn cameras all over the place. I think you'd need more to pull off a heist like this. But they stole that vial of the liquid, right? So Dr. Leo gets a chance to test it and finds out that it's some kind of chlorine killer based, gas or whatever that they probably, or at least they turned into a gas. And that's what ended up wiping out the campus colony. That's what ended up wiping out Omaha. And furthermore, there may be another target, and let's just get right into it. There is another target. We get a big bomb drop that the Civic Republic is now going to target Portland, and whatever the work they think they're doing, I mean, they plan on being the only ones around, and their people will be the only ones alive moving forward. These are a sadistic group. I mean, this is insane. They're going to kill another 87,000 people. And mind you, there's not that many people left in the world anyways. I mean, these are the largest colonies in the U.S. Now, maybe there's some in Europe and whatnot, but that's a whole other story altogether. And so we get a chance to see Lyla. She goes in while Dr. Leo is being interrogated. And mind you, Jadis brings in Huck to lead the investigation and so forth. And it ended up being kind of a test to test her as well. And I guess if she could follow through with it and whatnot. But Leo gets the big bomb drop that, I guess, when he shared information about his daughter and her smarts and everything else and how much potential she had, then, Lyla shared that with the major and, I think Lieutenant Colonel Elizabeth, which is Huck's mom and everything else. Or either way, it was either the General Beale or the other mom, but either way, the point is they knew about it, and that's why they went after her. And furthermore, Lyla goes in and pretty much she just tells the blatant truth. So she ends up getting the vial. She talks the daughters into basically letting her know where it's at. And so, Hope couldn't help but give in. So she told her just to protect her dad. And she just gives them all up. She says, actually, Dr. Leo stole it and the daughters. And the only person she doesn't implement in this whole thing is Huck, which was very interesting. And it totally saved her ass, too, mind you. But had been major repercussions for Lyla herself. And so anyways, after giving that all through, the big speech to Jadis, and Jadis is like, okay, we'll keep Dr. Leo alive. He can continue the research and so forth. Well, they go to see the test subject because supposedly they got these awesome results. Well, he's turned. He ended up turning to a zombie just shy of 8 hours, and now Jadis is not happy with the results, and so much so that she has Huck take off the restraints, traps Lyla in the small room with her, or with the zombie guy, and lets him have at it. Now, mind you, did she deserve this? Yeah, probably. I mean, she stood idly by, more or less, basically, while many people were murdered. And also, she's been murdering people herself. And, she can say she was doing it, to try and, do something better for the world and for humanity and so forth. But I just don't know if it sticks. And I'd love to know what you guys think. I mean, do you think Lyla got what she deserved? That is my question to you. Do you think that she, yes, she should have been killed because the test she was doing was wrong, and it's not worth your humanity of your own self to do those kinds of things to other people, even if you could die in the process if you choose not to go along with it. I got to tell you, man, it was rough seeing her run around that room. I mean, I understand her motives, I get it, but unfortunately, it's still wrong at the end of the day. But Jadis had no problem letting her get wiped. I mean, she's like, Dr. Leo's the smarter, and plus we have leverage that we can get him to do what we want him to do, so I'll take my bet on him. And she just lets Lyla get her neck bit now. So Okay, so now Leo and the girls, they don't know about this. They don't know what happened. And now they're trying to devise a plan, of course, to get out before it's too late. I think Leo has like 2 days to make a decision, and then they're gonna pretty much be stuck there under lock and guard, more than likely. We also saw Silas got found, of course. We finally got to see him get a little small mini interrogation, but luckily, the military dude who is Huck's husband, he decided to kind of, I don't know, give a good word for him and just say, yeah, he probably did get lost and this and that, and he didn't give him up, even though he knew he probably went looking for his friends and this and that. Of course, there's a little bit more to it, but he's a good guy, it seems, at least for the most part. And yeah, so later in the show, we get to see that big bomb drop about Portland, because now that Jadis completely trusts Huck, wants her to be part of the team, because they have backstory there too. She divulges all this information, and then Percy ends up finding this out as well from Huck. He doesn't kill her. Of course, we know he really, really wants to. Will he get a chance to? That is a good question. I really wonder. Will he let it go? But I will say Huck was very nonchalant about, getting shot. But I guess knowing the devastating news about everything that she's been working for and fighting for her entire career in the Civic Republic is pretty much crap. It's all been a lie, and they are the evil. They are the enemy, for sure. So, yeah, guys, I mean, the story's finally coming to a head. We only have 3 episodes left. 10 episodes in this season 2, and that'll be the end of it. I highly doubt we're going to see anything about Rick, at least the pace that we're moving at. I mean, who knows where he's at? We're going to have to see from the movies, more than likely. I hope movies, plural. I'll have to check on and see what the status of those are. But we know COVID put those on a big-time hiatus over the last year or so. And yeah, anyways, I'd love to know what you guys thought. Yeah, I just thought it was a pretty solid episode in general. I give this one a minimum of 7.5, if not 8, just for the story in general. I mean, again, along the lines, Iris's character always annoys the hell out of me. I just don't think she's a very strong actress in general, and I just don't really believe in her character. But everybody else was pretty much on point. And seeing, and I hope I wasn't pronouncing Lila's name. Is it Lyla or Lyla? I always forget. But seeing her performance tonight was amazing. Seeing her get killed off, I wouldn't say gratifying, but it was kind of hard to watch, even though we probably knew this was coming. And I mean, do you think Leo's gonna make it out? Do you think the dad's gonna get out alive? Are they both girls gonna get out alive? I'll tell you, this show would get some major points, and coming from me, a big time zombie lover and of course fan of The Walking Dead in general and all their shows, if basically they kind of took the gloves off and started killing off a few more characters before this season is out, because let's face it, not everybody should make it out. I mean, these are high stakes. And so, with Elton and Silas, and there still seems like there's a lot of characters here to kind of tie up. So I'm like, does that mean several will die? Or is it going to be like the super happy mega ending where they all make it out alive and, the Civic Republic goes down? It's possible. I mean, let's face it, most shows usually screw it up towards the end. And since this is only a 2-season event, this could happen here too. So anyways, guys, I guess we'll see where it all goes. Again, I'm Mike with the Z-Man Show. Make sure to check out my Fear the Walking Dead reviews. Season 7 isn't exactly awesome, but it is zombie drama. So if you like that, maybe you should jump back on board and watch that stuff. Also check out my channel with all my other content. I have also videos that show trivia from IMDb, and I get to show scenes from the movies, and you get to find out some fun facts behind the scenes. So with that said, I am Mike with the Z-Man Show, and I will catch you guys at the next review. See you guys.